Okay, a very exciting package just arrived. So let's take a look at what's inside together. I've actually been using the Oppo Find X9 Ultra for a couple of weeks already, but this got delayed, so I've been anticipating the arrival of this photography kit ever since. And without further ado, let's open the box. So first we got this big old piece of cardboard. Oh, interesting. And inside that, there's like a cardboard picture frame by the looks of things. No picture in it, so you add that yourself. But hey, if you wanted a Find X9 Ultra picture frame, there's one that comes in this kit. Then we got two boxes underneath. This is obviously going to be our lens. This one says accessories on it, and this will be the phone case. There's another hidden box down here. What's in here? Oh, in here's our user manual. So if there's anything we can't figure out, we'll get back to this. I'll get this big box out of the way, and I think we'll start with the phone case. Okay, so the design matches very closely with the Tundra Umber version of the phone, complete with the orange accents. Got a little sticker here that's falling off that tells us we long press the zoom rocker to turn it on and off. And you can see this unit is powered separately to the phone. It leaves the USB-C port exposed, which can be a good or a bad thing. There's no lens ring installed currently. We have got this little release lever, so clearly you can attach rings there. These buttons are just pass through for the action button, the volume rocker and the power button. Then we've got an additional shutter button here and a very small zoom rocker that you can also press in. So here's what it looks like attached to the phone. It's a pretty slim grip, but it feels comfortable. It actually does provide more grip than using the phone naked, and it looks pretty cool. I should also mention there are lanyard attachment points, 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom, so no matter which way around you want the phone to dangle, you're well covered there. You also get a very slim spacer that comes pre-installed in the case, and that's just for the orange version of the phone, or any version of the phone with a smooth glass back rather than the vegan leather finish. I think that's just to account for the differences in thickness, because the Tundra Umber version is a little bit thicker. Now let's take a look at this accessories box. Little bit of foam. Then we have our lens mount, and it is a pretty large lens mount. I do already know that the bayonet mount is not the same size as it is on the Find X9 Pro, which is a bit of a shame because I love cross compatibility, but this is a larger sensor and there's not really a way to make those work with the same image circle. So yeah, completely new lens ring for this model. Got a red dot on the case, red dot on the corner of the lens mount. So you line them up and twist it. The lens it uses is the 3x, by the way, not the 10x, which is good because it has a closer minimum focus distance, it's a larger sensor, and it's higher resolution. So that will really allow you to make the most of this teleconverter. Then we've got an additional ring here. I think this is just an aesthetic one. It does say 67mm filter thread, but I don't actually see any threads on here. Yeah, I think this one's purely aesthetic, but it does look really nice. I like that it's got a Hasselblad logo on it, and it's raised so it'll protect the cameras a bit when it's attached. Then we have this one, which is our threaded adapter. Oh, and it has a 1/4-20 mount. Interesting. So again, line those red dots up, click it into place. The 1/4-20 tripod mount will stick out from the bottom, and you've got threads so you can add an ND filter, mist filter, whatever you like. Also an advantage over the Find X9 Pro because that has the smaller square cameras. It doesn't really lend itself to using external filters, which is something I quite often like to do. But a bit of a weird choice, not putting a lens mount on the phone case itself, just putting it on the threaded adapter. It feels sturdy enough, so I can't imagine it being an issue. So I've got a tripod right here, let's just screw that in. Yeah, it seems to work well enough. That works completely fine. Obviously it is off to one side a little bit, but what else do we have here? Here's a lens collar. So this will go around the teleconverter. It's got a 1/4-20 mount on the bottom, and it will just clamp on. This is for when you want a really perfectly steady shot, because in that case it's better to mount the lens rather than the phone to stop the lens from wobbling around. I don't use these very often, but they can come in handy, so I'm happy to see it included. Then we got the big boy, the 300mm lens. Now, I have seen this in person at a pre-launch event, but I've not actually got to test it properly yet, so I'm very excited about this, and I already know it's massive. So to give you some context, here's our brand new 300mm Oppo lens. Here's the teleconverter for the Oppo Find X9 Pro, and here's the Vivo X300 Pro's teleconverter, and yeah, it's a pretty crazy difference. This is an absolute unit, and it comes with a lens hood, so with that attached, it will look even bigger. Check that bad boy out. That lens hood could actually be quite useful, by the way. I've not had massive problems with lens flare with the other lenses, but it does happen from time to time. And as with the other designs, you line up the orange dot and you twist it into place. Now there is a tiny bit of wiggle on this case, but much less so than the X200 Ultra. It actually feels really solid on there. And oh man, it does feel a lot more like a camera than a phone when this whole kit is attached, which is just pretty awesome. It looks amazing. Now, when it comes to actually using this teleconverter, there is a separate teleconverter mode, just like there was on the Oppo Find X9 Pro. So you have to go into that mode to shoot with it. And that's kind of a bummer, because unlike Vivo's teleconverter system, you aren't able to shoot in RAW or high-res mode. You're just stuck with limited settings here. You do get filter options, and the filters are awesome on the Find X9 Ultra, so I'm happy to see them. There's also a dedicated stage mode, and you get some basic controls like EV compensation, HDR aspect ratio, and a few options like that. And in video mode, you can shoot up to 4K 60 frames per second, but unfortunately, there is no 4K 120 on this one like there is with most of the competitors, and there's no log. But you do get Dolby Vision, which is great. There's also ultra steady mode, sound focus, focus lock, and EV compensation. No filters in video mode, but you do get stage mode. So yeah, a little more limited in terms of the software, but are the results as good or better than what the competition's offering? There's only one way to find out. Just a quick word about how this camera case works. As the sticker told us, you long press in this zoom rocker to turn it on and off. You can see you get a little light on the side to tell you that it's turned on. Then you just connect to it over Bluetooth. It'll come up as Oppo camera case. You connect to that and then it'll instantly start working. Once it's connected, in the settings app, you will get some different options for the camera grip. The shutter button is a two-stage button. You can half press it to focus and fully press it to take a photo. You can double press it to open the camera if you're not in the camera already. The zoom rocker obviously zooms, and if you press the dial in, it will switch modes. And if you double press it, it will switch between the front and rear camera, and then long pressing it turns it on and off. You do get a few other options. You can select which mode opens when you double press the shutter button. I think I want it to enter master mode because that's my favorite. And then the switch mode button can jump quickly into another mode. I think I'll use the teleconverter mode because when I'm using this case, there's a good chance I'm going to be using the teleconverter lens as well. So let's try out some of them. It gives you a pretty smooth, continuous zoom when you push the zoom rocker to one side. Yeah, pushing in the button will now toggle between my current mode and teleconverter mode. Very handy. If I'm out of the camera app, double clicking the camera button opens the camera. All good there. What was the other one? Double tap this. Oh, it won't work in master mode, will it? Yeah, as long as you're in a mode that supports the selfie camera, double tapping the volume rocker button will switch to the selfie camera. Hello, which can be pretty handy. Then when you want to turn it off, you just long press this button till the light goes off. Pretty simple. Okay, the wind is absolutely insane today, so hopefully you can hear me all right. I'm just going to do a quick video zoom test on this castle on the hill. First, we're going to do it without the teleconverter attached. So this is the ultra wide. Here's the main camera. 3 times, 10 times, and if I push it out to the maximum, it will let me go to 30 times, which looks pretty good without even having the teleconverter attached. Think about 14 times zoom should be equivalent to our teleconverter, so I'll attach that now. Okay, so here's the same shot with the teleconverter attached, which should look a little bit clearer. We also get given a button for 30 times and a button for 60 times. Try and keep this steady, which is pretty damn impressive. And at maximum, no, 60 is the maximum at 4K. Now to give you something to compare it to, here is the Oppo Find X9 Pro with its teleconverter. And as you can see, by default we're not quite as zoomed in. This one gives us a 20x button and a 40x button, and at a maximum it will push out to 50x. But I can already see on the phone screen that's nowhere near as clear or sharp as the new teleconverter is. Still impressive, but not quite on the same level. So yeah, we're off to a good start. This deer's actually come quite close to me. And the compression on this lens is stunning. So much depth of field. And the focus seems to be really reliable as well. Sorry about the wind noise, there's not a lot I can do today about that. So there you have it, a quick first look at the Oppo Find X9 Ultra and its intimidatingly large lens. I've only had this for about 24 hours, so I couldn't possibly give you a full verdict on this kit, but so far it's safe to say I'm impressed. It's the largest optics we've ever had on a lens like this, the largest sensor too, and the quality looks pretty stunning. The big question on my mind is, how does it compare to the Vivo X300 Ultra and its 400mm teleconverter? I think mine will arrive tomorrow, so I'll be testing them very soon. Hit subscribe if you don't want to miss that. But for now, safe to say I'm impressed. The only thing I wish is that Oppo would unlock the capabilities in the camera app a bit more. I'd love to see 4K 120, I'd love to see log, I'd love to see raw shooting, high res shooting. Vivo can do all of them, Oppo doesn't let you do any of them. I'm not sure why. So Oppo, if you see this, please work on giving us that in the camera app. But even with those limitations, it's still a really impressive kit, and I'm looking forward to testing it out more. So I'll catch you in the next one. For now, toodles.